Welcome to another edition of the Willy Bragg Show. I am your humble host, Willy Bragg. I hope you're doing well today. Before we get started on everything, let me just say to go ahead and hit that like button. Be sure to comment and share. Subscribe to this channel here on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Help with this, help with the algorithms, so the channel can grow on all these platforms, and all will be well, hopefully. So I think that we need to talk about the whole thing regarding. I think we need to talk about Twitter, because we never talk about Twitter, do we? Of course, I'm joking. We talk a lot about Twitter. And, the man of the hour, Elon Musk. The man's a troll. He took over Twitter, and he's running it to the ground. He's fucking up the company. And never let it be said that somebody with money that's in charge of a company knows what they're doing. Because he is proof. He is definitely proof that just because you have money doesn't mean you know what the hell's going on. And this guy, he's basically just fucking up the company big time. This motherfucker, Elon Musk. He just took over the company and started just doing all basically causing a lot of low morale on the workforce, acting like the people were overpaid and not doing enough work, and trying to work them to death. And, 50% of the staff have left the company, and they're now working fucked up hours and working at the office instead of at home. And if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. And some people tell me, well, they were just having it easy, working 20 hours a week, being paid 40 hours of work. What? That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. No, I know. Elon Musk is a horrible human being, and he displayed it. No fan of Kathy Griffith and all that, but he spent $44 billion for his own damn safe space. So the thing about it is that and I voted in favor of it the other day when it was presented as a poll. I voted to reinstate Donald Trump to Twitter. Not because I love Donald Trump, but I am pro First Amendment, and that's what it comes down to. I'm a whore for free speech, and I did think it was wrong to go and to do that, to Donald Trump, even though he's bad news in many ways, obviously. But I was glad when he had his channel restored, his profile, because it's going to be delicious when he and Ron DeSantis are having their Twitter wars. Alex Jones wanted to know why Donald Trump could come back on Twitter, but he couldn't. And Alex Jones, I know that Alex Jones made a lot of outrageous comments over the years, and he made a lot of fucked up statements. And I'm no fan of Alex Jones, except if I want to laugh, I can listen to Alex Jones. I mean, he does provide laughter because, he provides humor because Alex Jones is so fucking insane. I mean, I don't know if it's, I guess I used to think it might have been hype, but apparently he is cuckoo. He's funny. I've never really been offended. It's like with Alex Jones. I was never offended by Alex Jones in the way that Sean Hannity or Rush Limbaugh or Glenn Beck would offend me, because with those motherfuckers, I mean, it's like they have a serious demeanor about them, and honestly, I mean, they come across as normal, and they reach out to people a hell of a lot more effectively. I don't think that Alex Jones had that effect. Just as I don't think Donald Trump has that effect on the people compared to someone like Ron DeSantis. So, in the Twitter battle between Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump that we're all expected to be seeing at some point, I'm going to be rooting for Donald Trump. And, that I certainly would. And when Alex Jones is going against any right-wing talk show normie, like like someone like I'm trying to think, Glenn Beck or Ben Shapiro or Sean Hannity or someone like that. Well, I don't know if he actually, that was Michael Savage. Anyway, when he's going against a normie talk show host, obviously I'm going to go and be on Alex Jones's side, because when the right wing are damaged goods, it makes the left stronger. So there's all kinds of advantages to the First Amendment that's I wish that the broader left can see. But Elon Musk said no, he's not going to do this, and I think that maybe he probably figures that it was too controversial to bring Donald Trump back, and he figures that Twitter would be in bigger trouble. Could very well be. But Alex Jones decided that he was, being the Alex Jones that he is, he decided that he was going to go and have a few words about this. So I'm going to go play you a few words from Alex Jones. He's not on YouTube anymore, of course, but he's on Rumble and some of the other platforms. So give me a moment here. We will play you some Alex Jones. What do you have to say? So give me a moment here. All right, take it away, crazy man.
Musk is trying to take over Twitter to create what he calls Internet X, that goes back to where the internet was freer and more open. Still doesn't mean it'll be perfect. He understands that the censorship is just killing interaction, killing debate, and making it a horrible experience, and he just wants to make it successful. That's a common sense and smart thing to do, just from a business perspective. It's what made America great. But the ADL and the Southern Poverty Law Center, the Democratic Party, and the European Union, and the Justice Department and CIA moles that Congress...
And the Republican Party, too. They want to silence people. Let's keep it real. You're right about it, everybody involved, but so is the Republican Party. They are just as guilty.
...had hearings on last week are inside of his company right now and are literally trying to sabotage it, not just externally with threats of lawsuits, censorship, and criminal charges from the EU, but they're also threatening to sabotage the company and the actual systems that make it operate. So he had an exodus out of the company. It was worse than he thought. There's questions if Twitter is even going to survive. He hit the panic button and basically came out and attacked me so that he can get the left off of his back. And that it's fine to me that he did that, except he went too far and compared himself to Jesus and the whole bring the children to me, suffer the children to me. And if you offend one of these, if you're mean to one of these kids, it's better for you to kill yourself by tying a big bowl to your neck and throwing it in the ocean. That's basically the translation from the King James. So that's just outrageous. That's absolutely outrageous that I'm supposedly the worst guy in the world because of media hype that massively has misrepresented what I really said about Sandy Hook, that again I'll get to in a moment. If Elon loves to quote Christ so much in between dressing up like Satan, he should quote Christ's most famous quote, "Let he without sin cast the first stone."
Alex, maybe you should follow that advice. But I mean, I kind of think that Alex Jones wants to be back on Twitter, and he's just having it's just basically what do you call it, sour grapes. He's having sour grapes. Donald Trump get to come back on Twitter. Why can't I? Where? On my with one bit of mild defense of Alex Jones, I will say one thing about him, one positive thing when it comes to the First Amendment. And as I said, I am genuinely very critical of Alex Jones. He has in the past, I will hope this is still the case now, would defend the free speech of the left. That's not true of the late Rush Limbaugh. That was never true of Sean Hannity or Mark Levin or Ben Shapiro or Jesse Kelly or any of these motherfuckers on talk radio, the right wing in general. Your Steven Crowders, your Candace Owens, your all these folks. They would never defend the free speech of the left. They would act like that the left have all the free speech in the world, and that the media, the mainstream media, is going out of their way, tripping over to allow anybody on the left to have all the free speech they want, which is bullshit. Very much bullshit. And they act like that only conservatives and only the right wingers are bullied and silenced, and that is not true. I can guarantee you that YouTube would rather shut down Empire Files with Abby Martin than they would Ben Shapiro. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you these things. So, anyway, more important than Donald Trump, more important than Alex Jones, a horrible thing happened apparently yesterday. I guess it was yesterday or day before yesterday. I'm thinking it was yesterday. It came to my attention yesterday that Garland Nixon, his Twitter account was permanently suspended. What I'm going to do is it was basically what he said about Anthony Blinken. I largely agree with what he had to say, but he took it well. He took a hell of a lot better than I could. I'll let Garland Nixon go get it right back to where I had it there. I guess we could start it from there. Okay. I'll let Garland Nixon take it away, and then I'll share a few words afterwards. But I just think it's fucked up that Donald Trump can come back on Twitter, but they'll take away Garland Nixon's account. And just before we go forward, I'm for everybody having their accounts back, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's Alex Jones, or whether it's Garland Nixon. All right, let me go ahead and play it right now. And then, as I said, I'll comment in a few minutes. By the way, I saw Garland Nixon speak at the Julian Assange event, Hands Off of Assange, back in October 8th. All right, here we go.
And I think it's good. Maybe I need to point out the inconsistencies. Let's start here. I will share with you the tweet that sent me a packet from Twitter. Allegedly. Was it really that tweet? I got some other thoughts of what I think it may be, but I'll get to that later. So let's start with this is why Garland is suspended from Twitter for life. Let's start there. According to Twitter, and they said, this morning I get a letter at 9:08 a.m. and it says, your account has been suspended for violating the Twitter rules, specifically for violating our rules against hateful conduct. You'll notice it's highlighted. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. So I can't threaten anybody based on those things. That would be hateful conduct. So let's look at my tweet. It is a satirical tweet. It is a parody. It is a sarcastic tweet. And what do I say? The Secretary Tony Blinken to-do list. So what is it? What did I do? A satirical to-do list for Tony Blinken. You could do this for anybody. I could do this for you. But clearly, Tony Blinken isn't writing that list. I'm not paid by Tony Blinken to write that list, so it's satire, right? So, but let's see what it says. Secretary Blinken to-do list. 1, blow up Nord Stream pipeline. 2, overthrow Pakistan government. If you remember, somebody tried to shoot Imran Khan, the former leader of Pakistan, right? 3, try to rub out Imran Khan. Now, they didn't get the joke. I did 3 twice, and that was showing that that was part of a little tiny inside joke, basically saying, that he's an idiot and he can't count to 4 or 5. But that was just something I threw in there, right? But at any rate, so I put 3, try to rub out Imran Khan. 3, more money for Azov Nazis. That might have pissed them off. 4, Istanbul, go boom. That was, if you remember, there was a bomb in Istanbul, Turkey. And I was implying, I'm going to blow that up. Okay, but listen to this. 5, personally strangle some Palestinians to death with your bare hands. Now, keep in mind something. One could look at that and say, he did say something about strangling somebody in his bare hands. But then you look at this and it says, I may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people, right? Promoting violence. So when I say it's a Secretary Blinken's to-do list, am I saying, clearly it's satire? Am I saying that I want him to do that or that he should do that? No, it's clearly satire. And in fact, the fact of the matter is, if this were a First Amendment issue, satire is protected under the First Amendment. But it is clearly, there's not an argument to be made that that's not satire. But that being said, let's go with what they say, right? One thing about ethics, but the argument they're making is an ethical argument. You're doing something wrong. That's hateful conduct, right? You're threatening other people. Now, even though it's clearly satire and I'm not threatening other people, that is their argument. When you make an ethical argument, you can always look at an ethical argument from the perspective of logic, because if it is ethical, there will be a clear pattern. Ethics have patterns. I don't believe you should, I'll just throw anything out there, hit a woman. That should go for everything. I shouldn't say you shouldn't hit a woman and then what about that woman? Oh, you can hit her. No. Right? I don't think you should do X. Well, what about this guy? Well, yeah, you can do it over there. No, then it's not ethical. It's an arbitrary application of the rules, and it appears you're just trying to smite your enemies, right? So that's their position, that I was involved in hateful conduct, and it implies that I was promoting violence against somebody else, namely the Palestinians. That's the implication that they have here. It doesn't really make sense, but let's follow their argument for just a second. Twitter does not allow hateful conduct, right? And you cannot threaten violence or against anybody else, right? Well, let's look at this article I got right here. Why Twitter won't remove Lindsey Graham's tweet about assassinating Putin. Let's go down and look at this. Lindsey Graham. Is there a Brutus in Russia? Is there a more successful Colonel Stauffenberg in the Russian military? The only way this ends is for somebody in Russia to take this guy out. You would be doing your country and the world a great service. Interesting. Let's look at this again. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people. Promote violence against, hateful conduct. And the man literally says, the only way this is for somebody in Russia to take this guy out. So if you're Lindsey Graham, you can say murder someone.
Well, that's right, because Lindsey Graham is a war criminal. And Lindsey Graham has there's not a war that comes across that he's not in favor of, and there's not a covert operation around that he's not in favor of, or there's not a sanctions against another country that he's not in favor of. I mean, he's if it's something that's to appease neocons and the military industrial complex, you better believe it that Lindsey Graham, by golly, Lindsey Graham's going to be for it. He's going to be for it. So Garland Nixon was engaging in parody with his tweet, obviously. But, this is an example of our words taken out of context and being used against us. I had my YouTube account suspended this past summer for 1 week because I made a comment about an election in the not the 2020 election. I made a comment about an election 2000, the algorithms or something misinterpreted what I said and claimed that I was in, I'm not going to go into detail, but what I said about it, I had my channel zapped for a week. And I think it was bullshit that I had to have my channel zapped because I didn't say what they accused me of saying. I did not say it. And I still resent that. But and this is this is what I'm talking about. And so you got to, sometimes in social media, sometimes you're going to have people saying horrendous things, like an Alex Jones, for example. And as I said, something like a Sandy Hook incident or something, you go and take a video, take a tweet down that instigate violence, but you don't go shut down somebody, someone, Alex Jones or whomever, you don't shut them down. And you certainly don't shut down Garland. You're supposed to shut down someone like Garland Williams. Excuse me, Garland. Sorry, I was thinking of somebody else. Garland Nixon. You're not supposed to do that. That is absolutely just horrible. And I hope that he gets his account back, Garland Nixon, and I hope he does. And I was curious what he, when I saw that tweet yesterday, his account was suspended. I was like, why the hell they took his account down? I mean, I knew it was supposedly something he said, and then I found out. I was like, oh gosh, he hurt Anthony Blinken's feelings. It figures. Just some you can't say things about certain people or what have you, and you'll have your account shut down or you'll be cancel cultured and really messed up. But Elon Musk is wishy-washy. He's very selective on how he views that First Amendment. I'm not. I view the First Amendment as what it is. That is the First Amendment. I don't believe in terms of service. I don't believe in private property. I believe in the First Amendment. Free speech rights over property rights. It is the new town square. Regulated as a public utility. I don't have a problem with nationalizing social media, by the way. But if we don't nationalize social media, we can go at least do the next best thing. Regulated as a public utility, meaning that content makers and social media platforms are both protected by law, where neither party could be suffer under a lawsuit, and everybody's rights are protected. That's the only way you can do this. Anyway, I got to get some rest. And okay. Oh, we have one person here on the chat line. Sorry about that. We have Warren. Good morning, Warren. How are you today? All right. I think that's the only person here on the chat line. So anyway, that's Warren. By the way, I was on his program Monday night, Extra Booyah, and so I'm going to have him on hopefully the week after next, perhaps, and hopefully, we're going to talk about what time we're going to have him on. Probably I'm thinking maybe Thursday after next. I'll talk to Warren about that. But do subscribe to Extra Booyah. Look up his program. Good program. His secret show on Saturday night. Great program too. So anyway, if you all like what you heard, please press like and comment. Comment anyway. If you disagree, we will have a conversation. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it, because we are, in fact, the muckrakers of our time. Always reject corporate media because they have absolutely nothing to offer. Always get a second opinion. Get a 20-second opinion if you can. And remember, you know, be careful this weekend. You know, it's holiday seasons. You know, for those that celebrate, said happy Thanksgiving, and for those that don't, have a great day off, spending time with your friends, family, loved ones. And until next time, I will leave with you all with some, of course, music. Good night or good day.